Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be going over games that I played yesterday against a 2200 rated. Now, we were playing Bullet, which is basically just 1 minute per side, and I'm going to go over the games that I played him. We played a total of 25 games, and he beat me 21 times because obviously he's higher rated than me, and I beat him 4 times. So we're going to go over the games that I won. Most of the games that I lost were really just getting crushed or misclicks, like a few times I hung my queen, which at this level shouldn't be happening, but it happens. But we're going to go over some of the games, and this first game we're going to start off with is, if I can find it, is here. So here he has a 2075 rated, which is, it's not in order, it's just one of the games that we played. And essentially we're going to go over the game review, which I believe is this one here actually. So I had a 67% accuracy, 69 versus him, so he had a higher rated than me, but overall I was able to win the game. We're going to go over it. So we go e4, he goes e5, I go knight f3, he goes knight c6, bishop c4, going for the Italian game, getting ready to castle after this move. He goes f5, he played this variation a lot. I realized taking is a miss, which obviously, I'm going to continue to improve on and notice my mistakes and, continue to go. So he goes d5, which is also a miss. I go bishop b5. Now, so far the position looks like it's in my favor. I missed this really nice move here. What is it, knight e5? Because this is double attacked, and if I were to take, now I'm forking the king and the rook. But obviously, I'm 1500, nothing crazy. He takes. I bring my knight to the center, which is a mistake. He goes bishop to, or queen to f6, sorry. I go c3, protecting it. Then I bring the knight back to e2, missing yet another good move. He goes bishop takes f5. I go d4, kind of hoping he'd play en passant, but obviously I was making a mistake. I go bishop f4. He goes bishop d6. Now, it's pretty much in black's favor completely, even though we're completely even material. So I'm kind of just sitting there going, dang, I'm playing a bullet game really fast, and I'm already losing. But we continue on. I trade bishops. He takes my bishop, and then I go castles. So best move overall, and I was wanting to go for maybe like a f4 push, takes. Then I have this nice little center coming in eventually, which I go g3, which is a mistake. I end up going here with the knight f4. I bring the knight back, again another mistake. He goes bishop h3. I move my rook out of the way. He goes bishop g4, pinning the knight to the queen. So, he's going for some pretty good moves here. He might even have something like this, and then afterwards he can play his knight here. And then this just pressure is going to be a problem here soon. So I go queen d2, threatening the pawn, and then he makes a blunder, leaving the pawn undefended here, which is what happens. Excuse the vibration of my phone. Someone was calling me. So I go queen takes g5, obviously. He goes king h8. And then I bring the knight into f4, which is deemed a mistake. But honestly, I'm going for some good moves here, so I'm trying to find a way around it. He goes rook g8, which is a mistake. I go queen e5, offering the trade of queens. He doesn't take. And then I immediately go to capture the free pawn that's sitting on e5, or d5, excuse me. And then he goes rook g6, best move in the position, and then I trade off knights. He takes my knight. And then I decided to go rook e3, maybe thinking about, keeping the queen from stepping in and going too crazy here. I wanted to bring the knight in eventually. But anyways, he goes rook e8, great move, throwing the queen off of the square. And then I go queen c5, which is a mistake. And then he goes queen h6, going for that mate pattern. And then I go here, missing, which he ends up missing. He goes queen h3. He had this move here, which is a sack. And then, obviously, I'm pinned, and then you can bring the rook in as checkmate. But he missed it. I go queen back to f1, and then he decides to trade. Automatically, I'm winning because he misses it. I'm up a whole piece. And, we're doing pretty good. We're fighting for the pawn in the center. I take it. He goes bishop check. I go king e1, and slowly but surely the position starts to improve. I'm able to get out of the way, trade off some of the pawns, and then now I'm basically crushing. And then I'm going to kind of speed through the rest of this because honestly it was kind of just boring pawn end games. Eventually I won and then went for the ladder mate and it was basically over. And yeah, awesome. And I ended up winning that game. I'm pretty sure I lost on time. And yeah, we ended up having a great game. We got to 2,000. I played him a bunch of times. Honestly, it was very fun. It was like late last night, like 1 in the morning. Which I like playing like late night bullet games. It's really fun. And then we're gonna go over to another game where you may not see it because the camera's in the way, but I had 86.5% accuracy, and he played about 83.9. Nothing crazy. I played with a performance rating of 2100. You might see it kind of on the bottom a little bit here. We're going to quickly go over that game as well. Essentially, d4, d5, going for the kind of like a queen's pawn opening a little bit. Just kind of speed through the opening. Nothing really important. Pretty drawn position. Played really well. Traded, took off his knight, castled, pushing h6, getting the bishop out. I played knight e4 because it just looked good. Having a knight in this move here, or this outpost here, is honestly great. Here, like you see here in the engine, suggest going here, bishop g4. He goes bishop d3. I take his free pawn. He threatens my knight. I bring it back to the same square. And then he makes a brutal mistake, which I take his bishop. Queen takes, and then basically I just go queen here, and then there's nothing really he can do. He goes queen e3. I go bishop f5 over protecting the knight. He goes knight here. I take his knight, take his pawn, which I thought this was all a mistake, but apparently I made a blunder, which you're going to see here. The reason being is because after that, the queen is pinned. I can't move the knight, so I have to basically bring this back, and then it's only so winning from here, just barely. But we'll go back. Queen takes. He goes there. I go rook there, which was a mistake, but I ended up trading off everything. He takes to take with the pawn. I push f5, best move in the position. He goes queen g5. I trade queens with him, and then basically it's a pretty easy endgame. I'm up a pawn, but overall my rooks are kind of, they're protecting the pawns. I go king g6 just to prevent any extra rook movement from coming in, because if I go here, he obviously can't go here after that. So he blocks that square, so I was like, perfect, I can just walk forward. I start pushing my pawns, and we'll kind of pay attention real fast. So he has 35 seconds on the clock, and I'm at 26. So against a 2000 rated, generally, like in my eyes, 9 seconds against somebody is great. So I was losing, even though it was a draw in this position. Just having some tea real fast. And then he goes h4 check. I bring the king down, and he goes rook c2. I push the pawn b4. He goes rook c5, and then I play a4. He threatens b5, which is a mistake, which I ended up missing. b3 takes a draw basically. I didn't really realize the end game there, but overall I'm doing really well. He goes here, which he instantly blundered. I think he was just trying to flag me. Hung his rook, and then I ended up winning the game pretty fast. I was able to push the pawn, bring the rook in, create the bridge. He goes there, check, check. Takes. He pushes the pawn, check, here, and eventually I just promote, and he ends up resigning. So ended up winning that game pretty good. The overall accuracy was 86.5 with a 2100 level performance. Really, really well done, honestly. I've been trying to improve my chess for a while now, and as I've gotten more consistent results, being able to beat, even if it's 4 times out of 20, that's still a decent, like, hey, you can beat these guys. You just need to improve your chess just a little bit to where you can kind of have almost a 50-50, almost 45-55 kind of ratio of wins to losses. So we're going to move on to the next game. Not anything crazy. I played a brilliant move. It was 73% accuracy versus 64, so he was just playing all over the place. He lost a bunch of rating playing me in one of these games. Like this one, he's 2000 rated, which I beat him when he was 22, and then eventually he dropped like a bunch of rating, and then it kind of went further down. But this one here, I'm going to go over the game very briefly. I'm going to get to the brilliant move just to kind of show you guys. Same sort of position that he's been kind of playing against me, this sort of like Italian-esque style game. I bring the bishop back, takes. I kind of There we go. So overall, I'm winning already, crushing. Um, I'm bringing the rooks in, bringing the checks, bringing the queen in, and then slowly but surely I start winning the position. I take pawn. I realize that was a mistake. He goes here, which is a mistake too, or blunder. And then I go rook here because I'm threatening to go here, and then after that here. But he goes there, and then I sack the rook. Sack the rook, and then he takes, I take back because obviously there's a checkmate going on here. And he can't really stop. Reason being is even if he doesn't take, well, obviously that's like the forcing move because he can't really go anywhere. He has to take. So pretty well spotted. I was kind of seeing this idea anyways, going over here to eventually sack and then win the game, which ended up winning the game. And yeah, that was a brilliant move on that end. Sack the rook, and then this game here, I played about 80% accuracy versus a 73, with a performance rating of about 1950. So I'm getting there. I'm floating around that like performance rating of 17 to 2000 rating, sometimes even higher. Like I'm gonna go over a game later on in a new video where I had a 97.4% accuracy and I played like an 80 move game. Very impressive stuff. I played with a performance rating of like 2300. So it was very, very, very good chess. I'm going to be playing more rapid because I play a lot of bullet and I tend to just, I don't know, the traction doesn't really get there as much when I play rapid, where I'm able to focus and actually pay attention and, you know, have more fun with the viewers, because I stream on TikTok on almost a daily basis. So whenever I do that, playing bullets kind of they can't pay attention to the position as much because it's moving so fast. But I appreciate you all watching the video. Comment down below if you have any video suggestions, because I'm looking for new things, new ideas. I know I posted about it on YouTube and TikTok, looking for suggestions, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you can contribute. Also, like, sub, comment, the whole thing. I'm going to be making another video after this, and then probably another one after that. Yeah, I appreciate everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful day. This was the 2000 ELO run real fast, so I hope you all have a wonderful day and keep playing chess.